So Bruce Wayne, like I think, if not initially in his origins, in later years, especially when Frank Miller started to work on his comic books, he has been one of the most emotionally, traumatized persons in the
Yeah.
comic book, in any kind of fictional story, not just in comic books. Like he is suffering from a lot of mental issues, mental health issues,
Yeah.
diseases, and there to carry on with a life of what he does and why he does is I consider him, near to God kind of thing. Like, I know real people like him exist to have that sense of like so he he goes through this mental state. I'm forgetting the specific medical term for it. I can look into the whole thing, but where he wakes up every morning and he goes through the same trauma that he went through when he saw his parents dying in front of him, like getting shot. So you can understand how his entire life is basically hopeless now. He tried to have a family. He tried to, like, get in a relationship. Nothing worked for him. Like,
Yeah.
every time he was close to someone, they left him, or like, it never worked. So he has this detachment issue as well. But again, it is like, just see Superman as someone in real life. He wakes up, he says, no, I have responsibilities. He goes to office, he works what he's supposed to do to be a responsible member of the society. And even when he is like really messed up in his head, he takes care of things which he believes in. So,
Yeah.
that's something which is again like, see, I just want to add in here ना the fact that ये किसी से भी बोलना बहुत गलत है कि अगर कोई certain mental health issues के थ्रू गुजर रहे हैं तो उनको बोलना बहुत गलत है कि अरे उस चीज से ट्राई करो बिल्कुल निकलोगे. Like sometimes it is not sometimes, more often than not, it is like more complicated than this. Like,
Yeah.
you can, ठीक है, हसल करना, टू वर्क, टू बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल इज अ वेरी नाइस थिंग. लाइक आप करो, आप खुद को पुश करो, थिंग्स विल हैपन. लाइक वी ऑल गो थ्रू ब्रेकअप्स, वी ऑल गो थ्रू सैड थिंग्स इन आवर लाइफ्स, वी गो थ्रू फाइनेंशियल स्टफ. लाइक मुझे लगता है सबकी कुछ ना कुछ स्टोरीज है. बट एट द
Yeah.
सेम टाइम वी हैव टू, rather than focusing on what others are doing to cope up with that, I think every person has their own individual way of
True.
taking care of this kind of stuff. And at times you just need to be idle. आपको कुछ करने का मूड नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ मत करने का. Like, there have been times when Bruce Wayne just went to Hawaii and he was like, to hell with all this thing. Like, I need to get
That's
Batman
because
back. So I need
Alfred
to,
is like, must win, please, for once.
yeah, dude.
लड़की
So
पटाओ, काम, सिर्फ काम मत
Alfred
करो.
is like, Alfred is, I think Alfred symbolizes all those people in our
The
lives
the
who,
people we
despite
need.
our,
Yeah,
who
absolutely.
never
Yeah.
judge us, who
Yeah.
are always there. And I don't think Alfred is just one person. It's like more like an emotion, like more like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all of
Absolutely.
relations. So yeah,
It's pretty cool. You know how much this character and this topic fascinates me, because for me, Bruce Wayne is pretty much symbolic of what we can achieve. It's not really like, a lot of times the focus very wrongly is about his wealth and the fact that, oh, he's wealthy, and that he has this technology at his disposal, etc., all of that. Fair enough, I want to give it to people and say, yes, okay, fine, he has it at his disposal. However, if I have to sum up the Batman in 3 words, right, it's fear, chaos, and pain. There's fear, there's proper fear of bats. He's born, from a very early age he has that fear.
that's his core memory. Yeah, yeah, that's
That's
true.
his core memory. There is
Yep.
chaos in his life all the time, right? From his childhood, there's been tremendous amount of chaos. Now there are agents of chaos in his life in the form of the supervillains that are
Yeah.
always never letting anything be fine for a few minutes even. And then there is pain, which lasts all the time. Like, he has the pain of losing his parents, the pain of of loss, essentially, and the way he overcomes his fear to deal with the pain and fight chaos. right? That is the circle that Batman is about, and which
And
is why he symbolizes the greatness that we are capable of.
yeah, yeah, and you are very much right. These three are kind of like, what defines his existence. And I would say one more thing you can add to it, the domination. Okay,
Yeah.
because there has been this very first instance he meets this guy who is from another planet, who can like just hit him in the face and he will be dead, just
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
slap he
yeah,
will be dead. And
yeah.
then he looks into his eyes and Superman gets goosebumps, man. He's like, okay, this guy is not like any other guy I have ever met in my life.
Tell
Like, this is
me,
the
do
kind
you
of power
bleed?
Batman holds. Like, he looks into Superman's eyes and, okay, I'm going to be in your team. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, this is again, I think it's not that unrealistic. There are real life
mhm,
people who have that power of, I won't say or manipulation. I don't want to put it in a negative way, but they have an impression, like they know their worth. We all always talk about na Sumedh कि अपना worth पहचानो, don't
yeah,
underestimate yourself. I think these are
yeah.
the people na, like जो अपना worth पहचान चुके हैं, they know that what their value to this society, to the human race is. And I
Yeah.
think the day you realize that now, you are the most enlightened person on this planet.
I think these guys continue to struggle with that. There are so many times. Have you noticed so many times Batman comes back to Alfred and says, "Listen, Alfred, what am I even doing? Like, what
Yeah, yeah.
what is this? Like, and then Alfred, guides him. He tells him. Remember that scene where Alfred explains to him about when he was in Burma, and there was this guy who used to steal these rubies, and then he explains later that some people don't steal to steal, they just want to see the world burn. And then Batman understands, okay, fine, this is what it is. But just to take this a little further about Batman, and this is something that we spoke about after watching the recent one, which I think
The
was
Robert
brilliant.
Pattinson, the Batman. Yeah,
Brilliant,
yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
Oh,
So
it was really
yeah,
nice. Yeah.
there are these, I've always noticed there are these tower moments, right? There are these big tower moments in these Batman series where you think, God, I think Batman's going to go insane when he's confronted with absolute cruelty, when he's confronted with, there's a one-on-one conversation with the villain. Notice this with
Yeah, yeah.
Joker, with the Riddler. There are these one-on-one conversations, and he looks at the
Oh,
villain,
those one on face-to-face
right?
conversations were
Right?
really
And then
insightful.
and then he looks at them, and there's a sense of Batman understanding the villain. He understands why they've gone insane, and yet at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end he says, no, what you've done is wrong, I'm going to go and save.
I was coming to this point, dude. Like the way Riddler was explaining things
Yeah,
at a certain moment, I was like, dude, he's so right. What he's saying makes
yeah,
so much sense.
oh,
And
yeah.
then Batman is looking at him and just says that still what you did was not right. And boom, dude, like to have that kind of
And the Riddler does not believe it.
frustration.
He's like, even now you're
He was
you
so frustrated. He was so
he's like,
frustrated.
how the
Dude,
hell? Yeah.
oh
Crazy,
shit, man. That
right?
is what
And
happens when you believe in yourself, and like even when you have like 10,000 doubts you about yourself, there are these couple of things where
no,
you
you
are very
believe
much.
in good. This is what happens when you believe in good. When you believe that no matter what happens, no matter how messed
Oh,
up
that
the
was
world
a very,
might
very
seem, right?
important.
You still stick by your
Yep,
principles. You still do right by the people that are with you. Because of an ideology or something, you do not mass murder people like so many dictators have
right.
done in the past, right? In this world.
Exactly,
Batman
exactly.
Batman stands up, yeah, which is beautiful.